am so glad to be here today to talk about a really critical issue in our worlds today, and that is how to discern what type of anger you are holding. And there's a lot of anger in our world today, folks, lots of anger that is stemming from a sense of grief and also a lot of fear. So, the anger that you may be experiencing in your life, that you are holding in your life, is important to recognize and to understand, because when we allow our anger to go unrecognized, it can create a lot of problems in our lives, and it can actually run the show. Your anger, if it is, not managed, not understood, not recognized for what it is, can create so much pain and suffering in your life, as you have probably already experienced. So in this day and age, middle of November 2024, here in the United States, there's a heck of a lot of anger. We're seeing it, right? So today I want to share with you how to discern which of the two types of anger are being held within your energy. And while, yes, there's many different types of anger, for the purposes of being simple and just really direct, today we're talking about the two types of anger: the one type that destroys and the one type that creates. And the importance of being able to discern between the two in your life, so that your anger doesn't run the show and generate greater pain and suffering for you. Anger can actually be a source of tremendous healing and clarity, not only at the individual level, but at the community level, at the level of humanity. So this is a really important time for us to get very clear on the type of anger that we may be experiencing in our inner worlds, so that we can best transmute it, use it, work with it, and be eyes wide open as to what is, the origin of that anger, where it is showing up for us. So anger can either ruin your life or it can transform it and truly save it. So knowing the difference is so important for you. I want to start off by saying that for the last couple weeks, I've been struggling with a lot of anger myself, a lot of anger, a lot of just like rage that's just like been simmering. And there's been, a part of it that is a little seductive, because it's not necessarily a feeling that I have tapped into for long periods of time for a while. Hello from Germany. Thank you. Hello from Buffalo. So glad to have you here. Thank you for saying hi. I have been in an angry mode. The way that I knew I was angry, but the way that I really started to I became aware of how much I was holding was that I just was constantly looking for an outlet. I was physically holding a lot of anger. Hello from India. Thank you for joining. I could feel it in my body that I was holding a lot of anger energy. And I could see this because I really was excited to hit the gym. I have started lifting weights in the last couple of months. I really, really loved the feeling of lifting weights. It was like moving that energy, getting that energy into a different form. And the more I became aware of this, the more I realized that I was holding a lot of anger, and that I needed to really look at it with my eyes wide open, because I knew that being in that place of, high adrenaline, on alert, being vigilant, always ready to, fight, like literally I've been feeling like I am ready to physically fight an attacker, which is seductive because it's kind of got an empowering feeling about it, but it is incredibly depleting and so hard on our nervous systems. So I started looking at my anger and started remembering all of the wonderful things that I've learned about anger energy in the past and started applying it in my own life. And I want to share that with you because it's already helping me, and I think that it will help so many other people that are really holding a lot of anger. The topic of my channel is, this is my weekly offering. It's a live offering, Reclaim Your Peace with Mother Earth. Once again, I focus on supporting women who struggle with anxiety, self-doubt, and grief by helping you find moments, powerful moments of peace in connecting with Mother Earth. And thank you for your thank you for your support. So when the primitive brain feels threatened in our world, because the primitive brain evolved when we were out there on the savannas and in the forests and in the fields, and that we had to survive. So the primitive brain, when we feel threatened, automatically moves into that fight mode, which is where I've been stuck. And I'm thinking that a lot of other people are stuck too. I am thrilled to hear that you are my 100th subscriber. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And being stuck in that fight mode, it is unsustainable. It will create so much dis-ease in your life and literally health problems, physical health problems. We know this, of course. Holding on to anger and stress creates so many issues in our lives. It also, of course, affects our mental health, our emotional health, and our spiritual health. It really, holding a lot of anger that is destructive in nature is very depleting for us. And as I said at the beginning, there are two types of anger. There is the anger that destroys, that seeks to divide, that is very much focused on righteousness and being right, making others wrong. That destructive anger it's a very much us versus them perspective on the world and mentality, which of course we are seeing so much of in our world today. And there's also the anger that is creative, the anger that creates, because there is, as we know, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It merely changes form. This is the first law of thermodynamics. It is the law of conservation of energy. We know this scientifically, that energy persists. It is not created or destroyed. It transforms. It moves into a different form, a different type. So we need to choose which type of energy we are going to be holding and working with. Do we want to hold on to and work with and, move with the energy of destruction, the energy of division, the energy that is not focused on new solutions, new perspectives, creativity? This is the one type of energy that we are seeing so much of in our world today. And then we have the energy of creation, which is, at its very essence, it is the energy and the anger that can generate curiosity. The anger that knows that there is something better, something more optimal that we can move forward toward, right? This is the anger that creates. This is the anger that gets curious, that has an open mind, that is willing to look at different perspectives, because this is the anger that seeks to create something new, something better, something that will evolve us, that will elevate us, that will help us achieve a state of more health, more balance, more fulfillment, and greater clarity in our lives, not only at the individual level, but at the collective level. And the anger of creation, the anger energy that leads to creation, is about connection. It is an energy that seeks to connect, not an energy that seeks to divide, not the anger that seeks to create even more division in our world today. Because that type of anger energy just, it devolves the power out to, well, I'm not even going to say that because I'm not sure that that's entirely true, but I really want you to be able to discern what type of anger energy you are holding in your heart, and more so in your brain, right? Because really that's where the anger energy is focused, is in the brain. It initially shows up as a very primitive survival fight or flight response. And when we remember that we are not a primitive species any longer, that we have evolved beyond that, that we know that we are interconnected, that we know that there are radical, amazing new solutions that are available to us if only we allow ourselves to be receptive to them and open our minds and our hearts to receive those solutions. These are the solutions that are generated through creativity, through the anger energy that creates, that seeks to develop and obtain the information that allows us to make solid, well-informed decisions. And I would love to hear your question. Before I go into 3 steps that will really help you discern the type of anger energy that you are holding so that you can gain greater clarity and generate healing in the world. So, yes, Tara Jana, I would love to hear what your question is. So why don't you go ahead and type that in, and I will respond to it when I am able. Of course, as I said at the very beginning, I focus my work and my weekly live here on YouTube to help you identify simple ways to reclaim your peace by working with Mother Earth. Mother Earth is always offering us a place to get in touch with our inner world. And this is an especially important time to get clarity around the anger energy that you are holding within your inner world. You have a lot of anxiety for your GF. I'm assuming that that means girlfriend. We have a lot of anxiety in our world today. And anger is definitely stokes that. When we are struggling with anxiety, we are very future focused, right? So that is where anxiety lives, entirely in the future, not in the present. And so the more that we are able to come into the present moment and remind ourselves of all of the stability, the knowing, the wisdom that we hold within the present moment, that we can remind ourselves that we are safe, that we are wise, that we are grateful for the present moment. All of these things are so deeply healing and allow us to access the clarity of your inner knowing, your intuition, your deep wisdom that is accessible within the present moment. And being in nature, connecting with nature mindfully, with intention, always allows you to come back to the present moment where profound healing exists. So, three things that I wanted to note for you to help you on a day-to-day basis recognize the kind of anger energy that you are holding and make intentional decisions on how you are choosing to direct that anger energy. I'm not going to tell you that you need to get rid of it. I'm not going to tell you to resist that anger energy. This is not about we must all come back to peace, so we must all be peaceful in every moment. Heck no, we are humans. We experience emotions. Anger is a valid emotion. Every emotion is valid. So when there is anger and you can identify that there is an anger energy that you are holding, it is so important to recognize it and to be able to discern which type of anger energy it is. Is it the anger that destroys, or is it the anger that creates? Now, I have a free guide that will help you deepen your relationship with Mother Earth that allows you to get a lot of clarity and healing through an intentional, simple, and mindful connection with Mother Earth. And I'm going to put a link down below so that you can receive that free guide. It is all about learning to talk with nature. Yes, a two-way street of communicating with nature. 4 simple steps to reclaim your peace. You can obtain that free guide in the link that I will be including in the description down below. But right now, in closing, I want to leave you with these 3 steps that I have been using in my own life to work with the anger energy that I have recognized that I'm holding myself. And I want to start by saying that these are steps that I have, with so much gratitude, received from a wonderful teacher, Martha Beck. She is a life coach and a neuroscientist and has done just tremendous work on a whole variety of issues. But this is particularly from one of her most recent books, The Way of Integrity, by Martha Beck. I would very strongly recommend it. She talks about anger and anger energy. And these are 3 steps that she recommends that I have been putting to use in my own life, and they have been helping me in this time where I am in a place of holding a lot of anger and realizing that holding on to it, especially in the fight mode of anger, the anger that seeks to destroy, I recognize that that is not healthy for me, for my family, for the world. So these are the 3 steps that I've been applying. They have been helping, and I believe that they will help you as well. So the first step is to recognize, as we've been talking through this episode, if the anger that you are holding is hurting you or is bringing you a level of happiness or contentment. Now, I think this can be a tricky question because initially we're like, anger doesn't bring me contentment. But there is a level of anger, the type of anger that seeks to create, that can actually bring greater awareness, greater clarity, greater creativity. And you may realize that you may not even call it anger. It may just be like a really, generative energy that you're holding that feels like you've got so much that you are literally creating. And this is a type of anger energy that may feel really good and may actually bring happiness to you and to the people around you. So I will say that it is usually not the first anger energy that we realize that we're holding. Usually, initially, it is that anger of wanting to fight, of wanting to destroy, of wanting to divide. And so that is the first question, is to discern what type of anger energy you are holding. I The second step is to, once you realize the type of anger energy that you are holding, to take the time, and of course, being in nature is always so powerful for this, to get back in touch with your core values. What are the core values that you have in life? They are not going to be destruction, division, seeking to just tear things apart. That is, I'm not going to say it's impossible to believe that it would be somebody's core value to just simply destroy. That may be somebody's core value in this world. We may be seeing that play out, but for the vast majority of us, we are seeking to create. We are seeking to create. We want to create something better, something good, an improvement, better conditions, more health, more vitality, more contentment, more peace, more justice, more, diversity, more richness. There is so many things that we are seeking to create in our world. And so much of that is coming out of your core value. Your core value of, perhaps it is, love, compassion, family, connection, health. Come back to your core values. That is the second step to being able to not only identify your anger energy, but to become really clear on what rises above it. What is your core why in this beautiful life that you are having as a spiritual being having a human existence? What is your core value that perhaps relates directly to the issue, the circumstance that is generating so much anger energy? So the first question is getting clear on whether the anger that you are holding is the type that hurts you or the type that brings you contentment and clarity. The second step is, what is your core value around the issue that is generating this type of anger within you? Okay. And then the third step is to ask yourself, based upon the circumstances that you are experiencing, plus the core value or values that you have identified, what is the most useful thing that you can create from that place of energy, from that place of your values? What is the most useful thing that you can create? And this is a time, once again, to really get quiet, ideally outside, in the fresh air, in nature, coming to the present moment, really allowing yourself to hear your deep wisdom. Be present and hear your wisdom. Hear your heart speaking to you. Hear your higher self. How is she guiding you to apply this energy in the most useful way? Not only for yourself, but also for all of those who you love. So really allow yourself that time to identify what is something useful that you can create. And that may be a nourishing meal. Maybe it's, adopting a cat from the shelter, or writing a letter to an elected official, perhaps, or, becoming part of a volunteer organization that is serving your community in a way that you feel reflects your core values. Find a place to direct your anger energy into something that is generative, that creates, that builds connections, that dispels loneliness, that is not only focused on division, on destruction, on us versus them, because ultimately we need that generative, creative energy to become the people that we are meant to become the society and the communities that we are meant to be, to really step into a place of, greater humanity, greater peace, greater love, compassion, empathy, and creative solutions, which we need more of in this world. We need the solutions, and we need the people who are prepared to act on those creative solutions. And all of this does require a lot of energy. And that anger is generating energy that can be used in positive ways that will create a better world for us, and that will create a better world within you. So I encourage you to become discerning about the type of anger energy that you are holding. Ask yourself through the course of your day, is this energy that I'm holding, is it something that is seeking to destroy or divide? Or is it something that is seeking to create, to elevate? Become discerning about that. And that discernment right there, that question that you are asking yourself is going to generate so much clarity and healing for you in so many beautiful, surprising ways. And this is how we heal. This is how we heal. So I hope that you enjoyed this live offering today. Once again, I very much recommend Martha Beck's book, The Way of Integrity. It's excellent, really expands upon everything that I talk about today. I'm so grateful to her and to all of the teachings that she brings to our world. And I am so grateful to you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your engagement, and I really look forward to continuing to connect with you. So if this offering resonated for you, I welcome you to please subscribe to my channel, Our Natural Wisdom, and like this video if it felt good to you. I will be back again next week for another episode of Reclaim Your Peace with Mother Earth. And once again, if you are interested in receiving a free guide to how to talk with nature, 4 simple steps to reclaim your peace, I encourage you to sign up right down below and get going on it right away today to help you discern your anger energy and to work with it in ways that bring clarity and healing into your life. Thank you once again for joining me. I will see you again next Tuesday right here on YouTube Live at 10 a.m. Central Time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.